Hi there. It's first thing in the morning again. The crack of dawn. This is going to be called the crack of dawn rant. No, it's not actually. Anyway, another rant for the crack of dawn. It's Friday. So I've been meditating on the critical self this morning and how it affects, your whole life, but particularly how it's to do with the war in Ukraine, really, and what you can do about it. And I think one of the things you can do about it is, like, you can't really do anything on a external level that's really effective. But I think what you can do that's effective is stop your inner war. And one aspect of your inner war is the critical self. The critical self is, like, extremely destructive. It can basically ruin your whole life. And I notice it a lot, how it just goes on about, and it's the relationship to the past, I think. Can you or can't you do this? Are you good enough? And I see it in my children. They have that kind of thing where, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm better at doing this than you, and all this type of nonsense. And it's not really nonsense on one aspect. It's great for incarnating yourself, because it's a gauge of physical value, and that's what a lot of us are looking for, is to feel valued, or to feel valued by others. Whereas to stop the war, you need to truly value yourself. So you need to have a conversation with your critical self. And this is very much connected to inner child work, which I'll maybe talk about some other time, because it's extremely important in our age as well. But and it's also connected to the inner critical parent. But I don't want to get too complex, because just keep it simple in relationship to my critical self. And it's just the thoughts, that go through your head. Particularly thoughts with connected to, everyone's got their own thing. Mine are connected to when I was younger, and he's been a bit extremely dyslexic, so it was always connected to stupidity, because there wasn't even a word for dyslexia. So it was always like, you're kind of stupid because you can't do that. So that kind of critical still lingers from there, even though I've done a lot of work on it over the years. It's still there, and every now and again it needs its medicine. And one of its medicines is unconditional acceptance. Like, just accepting your critical self as unconditionally. And then the next stage is to unconditionally love your critical self and develop a relationship to it that's metamorphs it into a strength. So, oh wow, a coloured dove just floated over and landed up in that tree there. That was a God moment. Fantastic, I love it when stuff like that happens. So, yeah, getting it to metamorph, and once you give it unconditional love, it's difficult to explain exactly what that is. You know, it takes years of study to understand exactly what love is, and I don't think no matter how much you study it, you can never really be finished with the question, because it's just incredibly everything. But yeah, metamorphing the critical self and the critical parent, you know, is basically life transforming. It just frees you up. I find it just frees me up into a state of happiness, basically. And I'm going to leave it there for today and say have a good day. Bye for now.